Alright, so the rules of being a Pokemon trainer are, you can't ride your bike indoors, you have to tell me if you're a boy or a girl, and I forgot my grandson's name, so you need to tell me that. Well, your grandson's name is Dickface, but why can't I ride my bike indoors? Wait, is that your mom? Yeah, why? Take this Pokédex and catch every f***ing Pokemon in the world. What is going on, guys? This is Dobbs here, bringing you another Pokemon video. And in this video, I'm going to show you 10 unidentified Pokemon that you probably didn't know about. And you're probably asking yourself, how is this any different from the last video you did with unofficial Pokemon? And my answer to that is, most of the Pokemon I showcased in that video derived from existing Pokemon, whereas in this video, the creatures that I'm going to show you, except for 2, have really no information on them, but are highly hinted as Pokemon. Although I do admit, the only Pokemon I regret putting on that list and not this list was the huge fin that Missy saw in her dream. I think that would have fit perfectly for this video, but it's too late now. But don't worry, these 10 Pokemon are just as interesting, and I have a feeling one of them is linked to Sun and Moon, but we'll get into that later. So enough of my blabbering and let's get on with the video. Pokemon Origins. In my opinion, the best mini-series of the Pokemon anime ever. But what if I told you there was a creature hidden in the show that hasn't even been revealed yet to this day? And no, I'm not talking about the creepy hand. I'm talking about something that appeared in the very first episode. Here, let's take a look.
When I fought Blue, we were counterattacked at this point. Should I wait and see what—
Do you see it? Yes, I'm talking about that cat statue in the background. And before you say, oh, that's just a statue, Dobbs, well, hear me out, because I have a theory. Pokemon Origins was made to hype up Pokemon X and Y, and Nintendo are notorious for Easter eggs. So what if this was a hint for a new Dragon-type Eevee evolution that was planned to be released with Sylveon? I mean, think about it. Before Sylveon, there had never been an Eevee evolution that was released by itself. There was always a counterpart that either had the type advantage or the disadvantage. So it would make a lot of sense Sylveon coming out with a Dragon-type Eevee evolution, because of course, Sylveon would have had the type advantage between the two. It's just a theory, but in all likeliness, it's probably just a statue. Back in 2011, the online trading card game was just released. A hacker was going through the source code and discovered a silhouette of a Pokemon that we haven't seen before. It was located on the tutorial page, combined with the images of the Unova starter Pokemon. The silhouette was later addressed by the community manager of Pokemon, and what she said was, "It's not a new Pokemon, it's just a placeholder image that wasn't removed after the release of the game." But I'm over here like, then what is it? It looks like a dog with horns on his back. Could this be an unreleased Pokemon that never made it to the games? Or even a beta version of Houndoom? I'm not sure, but I want more answers. Okay, this next one is pretty ridiculous. In the Pokemon manga, Brock is shown with a large Pokemon collection in the Pewter Gym, and most of these Pokemon in these fish bowls are not identifiable. I mean, that one looks like a Ditto, that one maybe like a Marowak or a Charmeleon, probably an Oddish, but look at this one. Doesn't that remind you of something that's not from Pokemon? It looks like a Karibo from Yu-Gi-Oh! Very strange, but what's even more strange is the Pokemon that's under it. It looks like a snake with an eyeball as a head. Maybe some Pokemon are better off being undiscovered. Now this one is pretty crazy. In the anime episode Fossil Fuels, which aired on September 7th, 2000, for a split second, they show a fossil in Professor Foster's lab. While walking past it, Professor Oak describes it as an ancient Pokemon, and is definitely not a Pokemon we've seen till this day. The closest resemblance this fossil has to a Pokemon that I can think of would be Baltoy or Claydol. But that's not even the crazy part. A whole 9.5 years later, the same fossil appears in another episode called Bucking the Treasure Trend. Now isn't that insane? Almost a decade later, the same fossil appears in a different episode of the anime. That just tells me that there's more to this fossil than it seems. And maybe we'll see it as a new ancient Pokemon in the future. Now these next creatures are considered to be lost Pokemon, because it includes an unreleased Pokemon. In the early Pokemon Pocket Monster manga, Red notices some pretty strange Pokemon toys in Bill's lab. To the right, that is the unreleased Pokemon Godzillant, but the other 3 aren't identified. But I have a theory about the most left one. If you didn't know, a lot of Generation 2 Pokemon were made during the production of Pokemon Red and Blue. So I have a feeling that the most left one is actually Scizor. I mean, he looks like a bug Pokemon to me, and his claws look a lot like Scizor's. But I just have no idea about the 2 in the middle. But if I had to guess, I would say the one on the left could be Noctowl, and the one on the right, I just have no idea. The unknown bug-type Pokemon. This creature actually appeared in Brock's collection from number 8, but I thought it was unique enough to have its own spot on this list. And here's why. In the Pokemon manga, this was actually the second Pokemon that Red obtained, with Clefairy being the first. The only known information about this Pokemon is that it's a bug type, and supposedly very weak. It's pretty crazy that the second Pokemon that Red ever caught was never officially released, or even given a name for that matter. But at the end of the chapter, this unnamed Pokemon actually escapes from his Pokeball, and is never to be seen again, except in Brock's weird fishbowl collection. But we'll just pretend we never saw that. Remember that episode when Gengar, Alakazam, and Jigglypuff had weird markings all over them? Oh, and they were as big as a building? Well, in the same episode, Brock found a strange artifact that had similar markings and was shaped like a bear. And since this bear had the same markings as the other ancient Pokemon, this statue is believed to be based on a Pokemon from millions of years ago. And honestly, I would love an ancient bear Pokemon, especially if it was a fire type, because it would complete the Goldilocks trio. Beartic being the 2 cold Pokemon, Ursaring being the just right Pokemon, and this ancient bear being the 2 hot Pokemon. I just think that would be awesome. Oh, and check out this ancient Psyduck. It has a mustache. Remember Molly from the 3rd movie? The one who was basically in the center of the controversy? Remember the scene when she was showing her book of legendary Pokemon? There were 2 pages of legendary Pokemon that we haven't seen before. One being the fairy Pokemon, and the other being the sun Pokemon. Now this is a legendary Pokemon I think that's linked to Sun and Moon, because obviously I think the sun Pokemon is actually Solgaleo, and this book was just a foreshadowing for his arrival. But on the other hand, the fairy legendary Pokemon doesn't look anything like we've seen before, and it makes me think, will there be a legendary fairy type Pokemon in the future that looks like this? To me personally, I think that would be awesome. And if you look closely, this legendary Pokemon is on a flower, so that means this legendary Pokemon is very small. Could you imagine having one of the strongest Pokemon in the world being no bigger than your hand? That would be a sight to see. The original Genesect. Genesect is the only cyborg Pokemon in the known Pokemon universe, which basically means his original form was altered to become more powerful, unless you count Mecha Mewtwo, but we'll leave that for a different video. Genesect is an ancient Pokemon, and was revived by Team Plasma to make the ultimate weapon. 300 million years ago, Genesect was a very powerful hunter, and was feared by many Pokemon for being very skilled and ruthless. So on top of the bat, this Pokemon sounds like a badass, but it remains unidentified, because the Genesect we see today isn't the real Genesect, rather an altered version of the original Genesect created by Team Plasma. And the only glimpse we see of the original Genesect was in the 16th Pokemon movie, Genesect and the Legend Awakened, where it shows fossilized leftovers of the ancient Pokemon. But other than that, there is no known information on what Genesect used to look like, so hopefully in the near future we'll be able to find out. And for the number 1 spot, the Pokemon that I want to have identified the most is Shellder. Yes, it's Shellder. Sorta. Here, let me explain. In the Pokemon anime, Slowpoke evolves into Slowbro when a Shellder bites its tail. Same case with Slowking. When the two connect, an evolution occurs. And although Shellder's appearance drastically changes, for some odd reason, it's not considered an evolution. And the creature you see on Slowpoke's head or tail is considered to be a Shellder. Dude, no. That is not a Shellder. That is an evolution of a Shellder. Let's read the definition of Pokemon evolution, shall we? Evolution. Evolution is a process in which Pokemon changes into a different species of a Pokemon. Are you telling me this creature isn't an evolution of Shellder? I don't believe it, and that's why I want it to be identified as one. And also, I think it would be cool if they included it into the games. And there you have it, 10 unidentified Pokemon that you probably didn't know about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like if you did. I appreciate it a ton. And also, if you're enjoying the channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Twitter for fan reactions, video updates, and other cool stuff, follow me at Ethan Dobbs. And for the question of the day, which unidentified Pokemon did you not know about? Be sure to leave it down below in the comments. I can't wait to see you guys have in mind. And I'll see y'all next time. See ya.